to be more complicated than necessary. Got myself some friends. Where's the other? There we go. Bunch of spirits everywhere. I think it's Tai that they say is better, so let's go Sin. Let's go Vang and Kaiying. Nito. Alright, we're taking off the "I will avenge you" for the time being. That's right. We're making the change, I suppose. Savage Slash, why not? Deals extra damage if it's a spell, but main thing is that it interrupts an action. And might be a little bit better than Distracting Blow, because Distracting Blow didn't seem like it applied 100 blades, which means it's a waste. Right, we're going to Zhenzhen tunnels, I believe. I'm sure I can cross here. Vermin hide collector. Vermin! Ah, so the majority of people I have to fight. Just a random, like, fountain down there. Hey, a ritualist. Nito. Maybe I should try and find another, like, big boy sword. Like the flaming sword, rather. I know I don't really have any control over which ones I find, but to just bypass the protection of most things. I think the only ones who get like elemental specific armors are rangers, and they have less armor than a warrior on base, so I could be wrong, of course. Remember, you can always be wrong. Apparently, looking at the announcements right now, keys and such are dropping at like twice the rate. Come here, you! Well, there goes the healer. We're out of here. I don't need to take more penalties than necessary. That was, we ended up with a lot, basically. We gotta keep going places, so... This clunky ass shield. But it's the best shield we've got. Or have seen. Hopefully we can get better later. I may have to go into... like... some of the side dungeons back in Prophecies to find stuff. There we go. Getting the team back up. Ward against foes, but it doesn't actually make me not hit you, you fool. Can I get over here? Yes, I think we can. Neat. Cool, wow, great, 1 grand. Navigating over roofs is hard. And there's like smoke coming out here, so... There's like... Wait. You're telling me... that people are still living in these buildings that have no, like, street I can get to? Cool. Unless we're just, like, for style's sake, deciding to travel over, over every roof we can find. Which is kind of funny in and of itself, but... Come back here, you! Channeling rod. Have skill recharge of spells for Mythers. Anyway, there's the tunnels. Let's go down into Heck itself. Just a random statue to Balthazar. And some kind of square looking thing over here where nobody actually hangs out. It makes me wonder. Let me just see what Kinry over here wants. If it sounds like it's a pain, I'm just gonna skip it. Head over to Buktuk Byway and burn some corpses. That's a little bit like far off, and I have to return here later. Maybe if I find an outpost? Because this ain't it. And I'd have to like walk the entire way. Kenthan's peasant. He just stands around with 2 knives, looking like he's gonna play air drums. Afflicted Ranger. Yeah, the Afflicted are down there. So we're gonna fight the literal tumor again. But this time, maybe we'll have some help. Seconds. Collector of putrid cysts, but what do I get? Is this the lady? No, it can't be. I think it's just the same model, like they're using the same model, but it's not supposed to be the same lady because several hundred years ago, also she dies. Sorry for spoilers, but you're probably not gonna like it. You'll learn soon enough. And the game is very old. Wait a minute. I don't know if I can head this direction, but I'm gonna find out, because it would be more direct if there was an opening over here. Nope. Alright, okay, cool. Find the healer in the middle of that. In case we end up in a fight. And if we don't, just gonna run past. And then the lighting changes as I drag my team through a trap that I have no way of knowing is there. So we're just gonna keep moving. Let the team catch up, because they're currently being crippled by said traps. I don't even think it's the people that walk past, it's just it decides this is trapped upon entry, and you may or may not walk into the exact spot where it is. And it only really pops when you're in the middle, too, at least when you're out exploring, so it's like, I guess I'll keep running. Half the team is already in this. Anyway, Temple Guard by over here. You cannot enter Tanagai Temple. Only the Emperor and those of noble blood can enter this holy place. Since you're obviously not royalty, I suggest you find someone who is. Otherwise, you can give up any ideas you have of entering the temple. So you're telling me that you are friends with the Emperor's half-brother, Master Togo? Sure you are. And I am the Emperor himself. As I have said before, no one but those of Imperial blood may enter. Now be gone. Psst, over here. Tanakai Temple will have to wait. Nika and the Obsidian Flame have fallen under attack by the Afflicted, and Master Toga wants us to help defend them. He sent me to find you, blah de blah. And then he starts running. So that I will never actually get to read. God, I have to run over here. I should have beat up the people earlier. Well. At least we have Menlo with us now. One of these days I'll understand how how to build a healing necromancer and use that as a hero, but one that doesn't rely on corpses, I mean. Corpses be like, I'm an occasional resource. Because most things don't actually leave a corpse behind. There, they're dead. Cool. Alright, Menlo headed over this way and is about to die. Because he went without us. Travel to a nearby outpost or area and try again. Cool. Frickin' hell. And I'm not allowed to use this. I forgot he just kind of like sets off on his own. Gonna see if there's an area down here, because then I can at least like clean up the garbage when we go back. Well, there's a respawn shrine. Never mind, I will get nuked. Got it. I'm gonna run a million miles. And a million miles more. Alright, give me... Can you sprint, right? 12 seconds. Hell yeah. I'm gonna speed run. Should have brought a way to defend myself if I was gonna do that, but no. Just gonna focus on beating the ones that are actual problems. Neat. Cool. Great, 1 grand. And off we go. Oh, that's my face. Can we not? Somebody can resurrect me here, right? Probably not. Cool. Should have taken a way to block. Oh, well. See, I just don't understand why, like, how to get here good. Because, like, walking the entire way is just less appealing on the whole. Let me just check the map for Shensen tunnels. Because, you know, just maybe. Napui Quarter. Oh, I can go from here the other direction. Let's try then. Because it's a much shorter way, gets me into the tunnel I want to go, and then I can clear out most of the things that are in the way, and then I don't have to go murder the same, like, 3 group stack. Open and empty, let's go. Just descend into the void over here. Boxes. Apparently you can get into the water down there somehow? Ah, this way. Neat. Nice. Now, please. No healing. Ah, you guys decided to pull something else. Got it. I'm not here for this. If you guys don't want to get out of here, then you don't want to get out of here. You want to fight everything, and I'm not actually about that right now. We're trying to get somewhere. Go to something. Do a thing. Be someone. Right, I bypass... Up here? Up here, right. It's not that I bypassed, I didn't see it, because camera angle. Got it. Also a lack of paying attention to the actual map. That hurts. My soul. Assuming I still have one. Like, they gave me two kinds of, like, special vision. We can see the unseen mages, and then afterwards we could see, now we can see dead people. Cho, Spirit Empath. Alpha Healer over here. Thinking about how best to approach this. Gonna park this over here. This team. Mostly because we're blocking a fair bit of their direct damage by putting our team behind here. Ours too, but we can deal with that by killing stuff one by one. Now then, perish. Good. See, that was relatively painless, comparatively speaking at least. These are still some big groups you gotta fight. But at least it's not the stuff that's in the sewers that's like, aha, everything is level 28. There's an area like that. I think we gotta go through it later to get to, like, I guess the next, like, location. It's hard to describe, like, we gotta get out of the city at some point, but... Because, like, as you may have noticed from the big-ass map, there's a lot in here that's not... like... Kainang, or whatever it's called. Literal Hong Kong or something, but with an emperor covering the size of China. I don't know, it's hard. Like, what is the actual size of the city? Somebody explain. Oh, that ain't right. That is not right. Come back here, you. Ray of Judgment, but he's still got to cast it. Cool. "18 bones and some stilettos." Stiletto heals or longbow shelter? Not allowed to cross over here. Okay then. We're basically right next to the sewer though. Speaking of, like just a few seconds ago. A cursed staff. I guess I'll have to stave off death. Yes, I am absolutely making a bunch of dad joke equivalent statements here. You can't stop me. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe you'll watch this on YouTube later when it gets uploaded and be like, I'm just gonna pause. Take that. There's a monk in there, and no spiritualist. Neat, he blew his big boy move first. I am blinded. Doesn't matter apparently. Still gonna hit. That or something remove the effect almost immediately, which is also nice. Possible. Hard to say. I was basically still hitting. Even though I saw the effect for half a moment up there. I can't pay attention, that hard attention to everything. And the thing about like healers and stuff, they can only tell if you're hexed or have a condition, but they can't tell what. That's kind of, you just hope that the healers are familiar with what's what in every given area, I guess. You know, assuming I had players with me. Oh yeah, let's get this nice shot over here. I like it. I'm here for it. Kind of. The, like, mid-2000s to, like, early 2010s trade of video games where, like, to get something to look like that beam of light, you have to make a physical object that's also, like, transparent and doesn't have physics. Partially transparent and full of bloom. God, late 2000s, everything is bloom and brown and gray. Let's not. Don't do it. I would like some detail in my video games, but not that much detail. Just, you know, don't make everything look like stale porridge. That's how I'm gonna describe like Call of Duty from that time period. The quote-unquote realism, where everything is brown, which isn't realistic at all. Like, nature has clear colors. In a lot of cases, there's some browns, sure, but give me some greens. Make everything green. Just make a... No, don't make everything green, because then you'll end up in like the territory of oh no, I'm playing oh, what's that, like one off, like weird game that's on Steam right now, I don't remember. It's something squad and it looks like a mess and it plays kind of weird. It's like you're high the entire time, or tripping on acid at least. Like, oof. Got some knives. Slightly bent knives. Now this is a knife. Well, this time I won't screw up, right? God. They're like... We're gonna spawn NPCs that you have to protect, but we're not gonna give you a place where you can walk from if shit goes south. You have to make it through like 2 areas to get here. I didn't know I was already in a mission and failed at the end. I was like, yeah, I have some skill. I have 51 skill points now out of the 66 that I have earned. And it's like, alright. It's basically like, I could have more skill points, but I don't really need to kill things for levels anymore. It's like, I found not necessarily the best build for warriors, but because that might probably just be a hammer build, but a build that I am happy with. Like, it lets me walk in and bop people without having to worry too much about which one I'm bopping sometimes. Well, he's not coming yet, so I'm gonna take the opportunity to murder these over here, just in case, so that he doesn't, like, we don't have a situation of him walking into the patrol. They're like, go to the temple. We don't bother giving them a heads up that you're coming, and then we still need you to backtrack and go help us anyway, because we don't know how to fight, but decided not to come with you the entire way. Okay. Can we not? 4 traps, by the way. And he actually, like, showed up and is now outpacing us massively because I am hobbled. And so is the entire team. And crippled lasts forever because reasons. Like, we're not even fighting anything anymore. The game has just decided this is how long it's gonna last because you stepped into a poison trap. So, you know, good on you for stepping into 4 of them. That you had no real way of knowing we're there. And can't actually really kill you if you're not in combat. Menlo over here has like no self-preservation. Just like, Nika and Master Togo are in great danger. We must hurry to join them. Whatever you say, Menlo. Like, Menlo and Togo take up, like, so much of the storyline here. And they're just sort of, like, vehicles for exposition half the time. But you gotta babysit them. I was like, you could make NPCs for every cutscene. I know that probably wouldn't be very economical, but like, And if I fail this attack, Menlo, stop healing people. Get over here. Nobody's hurt. I still have to wait for... Oh no, here they come. But yeah, Nika's guild is getting attacked because... I know we're helping them because apparently, like, suddenly everybody's like super loyal to each other. So when can I have at least a Zealous sword, if not a vampiric one? Zealous first, because vampiric is kind of like extra. Like you get some damage and lifesteal, but you also have health degen. And part of the problem here is that, as with everything we're doing in the early game here, I have to watch over NPCs that can die kind of easy if I'm not everywhere. Because they don't survive on their own, so... Not even just, like, damage-wise, it's the healing that's the problem. Like, you gotta have something to heal them. There's a mission later on that's like super bad about that, where I gotta protect a bunch of NPCs that all kind of like... The thing I have to protect them from lasts forever. And then this is kind of like while you're fighting some other dudes, and then another party, like, side shows up. It gets weird. That was the last of them. Nika, forgive us, but we must be on our way. I understand, but know that you have an ally in the Obsidian Flame. Cool. I don't think we ever see her again. Thank you, Nika. Your heart is as true as ever. Master Togo, I am concerned for our new allies. I would like to remain behind and tend to any lingering wounds. As you wish, Menlo. It is time for the rest of us departed... It is time the rest of us departed for Tanagai Temple. I read that as the rest of us departed. As in, like, we are already dead. You know, like, hey, that's not right. That ain't good. Come on, Togo. You don't need to be a spiritualist, you just need to have a bunch of warriors. God, can you imagine? Like, anti-knockdown warriors, with... Like, you give them Daliak Signet and Antidote Signet, as well as just various shouts, 100 blades, and an increased attack speed skill, and, you know, also a Sun Moon Slash. And then you just send them to town on some unsuspecting thing with healing. Just like, you will never kill us. Hey, Blaze. We're going to Tanakai Temple, which I remember is one of the worst like instances of nukes everywhere when it comes to damage. I do not like this mission. I remember that much. But that's also from a side of playing like assassins, so assassins be squish. And when you also have to drag a bunch of NPCs, then, you know, it being the fact that I didn't have like an elite skill yet. It's just, no, it hurts. Stop. My poor behind. Togo? God, he's so slow. Escort missions are the worst. Even if you're not like actively having to defend them anymore. Oh, Minecraft's going well though. I put on some music, but it has a tendency to get in the way of cutscenes. You're with the Emperor's half-brother, Master Togo, then I can let you enter. Please let me know when you are prepared. I am prepared. When you are ready to travel, I will take you to... we are respectfully ready to enter the temple. Your entire party is about to be moved to the next area. Make sure you are ready first. Yes, please, God. This entire like expansion you have to confirm 4 times. It's the worst. Cutscene. Any music I play in the background would generally go over this.
I knew you would come.
Did you?
You're not the type to give up on a grudge.
You're right.
What is it you want?
Want? From you? Just a little revenge.
I like that they're spirits, but their weapons seem like more solid. And it's just like, okay. And nobody notices.
I beat you, Shiro. I will beat you again.
It's different this time. This time, I'm facing you.
You can't kill me, Shiro. I'm already dead.
I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to force you to be my ally. To fight by my side.
You'll have to catch me first.
You coward. Last time you stabbed me in the back. This time you run. I shall reserve for you a special torture. One for the weak and the honorless.
Like, the problem is that the music in the game just ends up so soft. And I've turned it to max. And even the dialogue's a little bit low. Like, from what I could tell on the playback. So, we're just kind of dealing with it. So I'm gonna try to make sure not to talk over any of this. Like, extra sure. Togo over here being an old man.
Come. The spirit of Vizu resides in this hall. It was her blade strike that crippled Shiro 200 years ago, and eventually led to his death. If anyone can tell us how to defeat him, it will be her. Follow me.
Also of note, when it comes to sound,
Keep up if you can. Master Togo is faster than he looks.
some of the dialogue or sound in general just doesn't seem like normalized. Like, just occasionally the sound level is different. I was like, I can normally hear this, but now I'm going to sit here and be like, huh? Huh? Anyway, let's talk to Brother Kai Jong. I don't even remember the... Like, there's kind of a priority to targets in this, and I don't remember. Anyway, gonna tear apart some of this equipment for materials. Especially since I nearly emptied out my iron ingots, so... you know, important. Because, armor expensive when it comes to iron ingots, and... I have had several characters, I believe, they used it, but also just the cost of the endgame armor for the warrior. Oh wait, this is a crafting material. Alright, let's... channeling magic, more important. That's probably, or rather, usually more valuable than armor runes for an elementalist. At least in my head, because like stat boosts over slight defense for a class that really shouldn't be getting hit anyway. Alright, off we go. Toga and Menlo must survive. I remember that being a problem. Stop the Spirit Binder from consuming Vizu. And I have a time limit. Because of course I do. I'm not gonna read out the dialogue right now because I am absolutely gonna be a little bit busy with this. In part because there are some of the more heavy fights I remember so far, because everything is gotta find this ritualist before he starts resting things. Where is my mouse right now? So we should have plenty of time, because you get some more time if you kill like the elites, but still. Hang on, this is Tanagai Temple. Just quickly. What's the skill for here? Auspicious Parry. Oh. Hang on. I will restart this. And just in case I want to change or fiddle with builds later, Signet Capture. Because you need that for the, there are definitely skills I could use in here. I didn't check what the assassin skill was or what, anything, but I can learn the good assassin elites from getting books. because I unlocked it on an assassin character already. So there are options for that later, if I really want it. We're primarily a warrior after all. Right. Can we not? There we go. Better. Not great, but better. I don't know how well that is, like, placed, but it feels a little bit more open right now. Yeah, and the dialogue right now is also blending with the timer, so that's great. I don't know where else to put it where it wouldn't be obtrusive. I don't like how that was like a perfect body block, but hey. I guess I'll just murder the guardians first. So what's going on here is he's trying to bind his like enemy, I guess, but he's using all these other like heroes to do it. So you know you got to fight your way through all of that. Here's the fight that I like wiped a lot to. I should have. I remember. I solved it by like sprinting it into the room and avoiding a lot of the stuff, but whatever. Because like you can run around and sort of they run at you initially, but they run at the like the entrance instead of you, so you can get around them and get to the back if you're a little bit clever about it. I am dead because of course I am. I must have the correct key or a lockpick. Sure. I would assume you're actually dropping the stuff, but hey. There's another little bit weird fight, because you want to get two things. I have to pick out which one. The monk at the back. But if I can, just pull a little bit. Like, you have the elite monk over there, but I'm gonna save him for, like, at least until after I've done this dude, because otherwise they just end up retributioning each other. Thankfully, Spellbreaker affects nothing when it comes to warriors, so that's nice. You can read something here, but you don't actually have time. So that's nice. I mean, I do have time because it's like 20 minutes. The mission ain't gonna take that long, but I was just like, you have a timer. You could read something at every one of these and spend a lot of time doing it. I don't want to risk it. Thank you. And then it's just like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to harm you, blah de blah. Like, I just wish the dialogue would take priority over other things in the UI. Let's get this monk. Okay. I just melted? And none of the enemies were even exploding at the time, so that's just good focus by the enemy, I suppose. Where's this goddamn monk? Oh, they're over here. I'm blind. Cool. Freed 5 souls out of 8. I am ashamed that I was not able to fight the Spirit Binder, etc. I was like, you're spirits, and he's literally a spirit guide that went nuts. Even though he was kind of already nuts, because he killed the Emperor? Question mark? It definitely gets into like what happened later, but again, there's a lot of stuff here. There's a ritualist. We're about to die here, and also I realize our dude that had the skill was over here. Togo's about to die. Please don't. Please survive for a little bit. Like, we've lost this anyway, so I'm taking the Auspicious Parry. Blocks 1 attack and you gain adrenaline. And that's one way of doing it. Oh, it's only like 1 adrenaline for the parry. That makes it a lot better. You can spam it a bit. That's basically you block an attack, but gain 3 adrenaline for using 1, so you compound your adrenaline essentially. I think that's one way of having a very adrenaline-heavy build. I don't have a resurrect, so unless these 2 idiots have one, which I doubt because NPCs that are not henchmen. Yep, there we go. Party was defeated, but hey. And then it immediately yeets the old skill that I was actually using for the new one. James Crimble. Let me just see what the skill actually is here. For the other classes that I do sort of have stuff in. Starburst, Shroud of Silence, Famine. When things reach 0 energy, they take damage. Shroud of Silence, all your spells are disabled for 15 seconds, but target touched foe cannot cast spells. Much better on an assassin though, because 10 energy is a lot. Starburst, target foe, touched foe, and all foes in the area are struck for fire damage and set on fire. You gain 2 energy. Well, it's something. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna... kick out Vai, like the Earth dude for the other healer. And see if that works out a little bit better. Like it might counteract the burst a little bit. Hey Carbine. Are you actually watching without video though? The real question. While I run into the same fight a million times until it works. Double Dragon? I didn't know we were playing an arcade game. Now, let's actually get this damage out. The enemies are like all bunched up, so it should be reasonably easy, but also here's a ritualist I gotta kill first. Halo Axe. Didn't know we were playing Halo Reach. Because that was a joke I was just reaching for. Just had a quick look at the model and just like, yeah, that looks like a Halo. Like it's round. It can't be good for the axe's integrity, but like structural integrity, but hey. What do I know? I don't make axes for a living. Can you imagine? Suddenly this is a smithing stream. Yeah, a little bit of a shame that I'm not an assassin, because their thing is when they crit, like primary skill, that is. When an assassin crits, they crit, you know, they get energy back. And then the same, like, ability increases their chance to crit with any weapon. Which is a lot more energy spammy than a warrior, but... I think that's their primary anyway? I could be wrong. It's been like half a year, okay, since I touched an assassin. And even before then, I hadn't played in forever. So it's just like, I was talking a lot about playing this game and finally got around to it, so... And then I died. Eventually. Before I, as well as like after we kill the thing too, so I didn't actually get the full benefit of killing a boss. Because if you have a penalty, I believe it removes more than when it gives you a bonus. I could be wrong though. I haven't actually been paying that much attention. I'm just killing stuff for fun. With a sword in honorable combat. In a video game. I wouldn't do it in real life. God, can you imagine? Having to clean that off of yourself constantly. I can't wait until I get Save Yourselves. It's like Watch Yourself, but better. Sort of. I mean, it's still based on your rank with a faction, but instead of like an actual stat. But I think the stat only increases, or the rank only increases the timing, or the like duration rather. Whereas the like actual skill gives your allies like 100 armor, just straight up. Instead of like 18 armor for 10 seconds. There are like PvE only skills, and that's why they're better, I guess. That'd be kind of like a reason to remove tactics from my build, though. Possibly. Just max out other things. Jesus Christ. I'm just hearing a bunch of skills not firing in the background there. So that's nice. You think I'm gonna get resurrected by then? No. Heckle and Jekyll over there just don't res people. Despite being a monk and a ritualist, the two classes that should have, like, resurrection skills you can use repeatedly. Well, that's unfortunate. So the healing could have been better, or the killing. I'm gonna use only Guy then. Get Kai Ying, and do we not have a Lo Sha? There we go. Hopefully, he has some interrupts. I should really have checked, but it's too late now. Ugh. Gotta remember to sit all proper like. Went until the ritualists are reachable. There you go. Coolio! I don't know why I forgot about this dude, but here we are forgetting about this dude. Oh, grab the money! Do you think watch yourself actually works for, like, the minions? I mean, it would make sense that it does, but I have no way of knowing, I don't think. Party members. I don't know if that counts because they're minions, they're not in the party list. Otherwise, I imagine you'd see more of like a tactics necromancy build being prevalent. So apparently she has knowledge of taking part in destroying Shiro 200 years ago. I died to like one spell. Love it. Or rather, like the second hit of the same spell being like, suddenly you're taking extra damage. Unless there's something about killing this guy that I'm not seeing. Could have been the monk putting retribution on something, but... Oh really? Menlo is like way back here doing nothing. Got it, got it. Yeah, I think Menlo got stuck. Anyway, gonna hopefully pull the team up here a little bit. Well, now we have to deal with everything all at once. Yeah. Cool. Togo has fallen. What would be a good skill for this? Elementals can combine Glyph of Sacrifice with Medium Thrower. Pain Inverter is useful. Huh. Enchantment-based builds are vulnerable to enchantment removal? Condition removal at best. Then I was Savage Slash is the option here. Okay, Kaying and put down Mox for the like just AoE. It's like I'm missing a lot of like multi-hit opportunities here. Like Sin is the best we have. There we go. Better. Steal what little energy these rangers have. Oof. Yeah, I remember this mission was kind of like garbage. Like the sheer number of enemies and damage. Having another instance where I gotta, you know, escort 2 NPCs that could die and just screw the entire mission. Being mildly unsure of what's a good loadout for henchmen, because I can't give them skills. I don't have any real choice in what's going on here. And then our henchmen ended up pulling the 3rd group. Cool. Not sure how. We were going through that roughly the same as always. It is a mystery. Unless it's because the Necro ran into the corner. In which case, what am I going to do on melee? I have to follow. What if I was a paragon? blocks everywhere. Like, part of the problem here is that everything you kill explodes. So, you know, protection important. Can Heckle and Jekyll just not run up like that, please? Like, I wanted the team to wait out the pull. At least we didn't pull all of it at once, but it's kind of getting there. Coolio, hopefully. Our henchmen aren't taking massive debuffs from dying. Haven't been actively paying attention, because there's a lot. Celestial Sword. Let's see what that gives us. Lightning damage. Damage while health is above 50%. Swordsmanship +1. Damage 50. If I put the one in a stance, perhaps. What does this sword look like, though? Cool. Gotta remember that I have that. Took them long enough to open the door. Ah, there she is. Quickly, this way. Yeah, she's like way over there, though. I gotta walk around. I'm gonna, just in case, so that we don't like pull weird thing, like pull weirdly. Can we not, please? There we go. I would like to move out of this, please, video game. Never mind. Dead again. Video game decided things that weren't actually properly blocking me had better blocking capacity than their model suggested by like a lot. Oh, Togo's about to die. I have died 3 times in a row. Yeah, Togo died. Of course. Okay, let's see here. Just organize my inventory a little bit. Okay. Lightning damage. Versus... Because, like, the problem here is that you don't get, like, the full, because suddenly you're having... Like, this is slashing damage. But you get the lengthens bleed thing. Not that I'm using the bleed, but something else can go in there. The uptime on the damage component is probably more here, but... I wish I could take... I wish I could, like, mix and match them a little bit better. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll find a better sword later, and I'll have a real choice to make. Okay. New team setup. Support and healing covered. Sin for area of effect. Though Shaw should be able to interrupt things unless I'm sad and bad. So should Joe. But we don't have space for Joe, so Sue perhaps for a bunch of minions. Deflect arrows, maybe. Where, like, Fairme is. That's a stance, though. And you can't have two stances active, so... To the limit. Which will give me a lot of adrenaline. Which probably would let me do, like Final Thrust or something again. This interrupts, but it's not like super good at that because also antidote signet. If it healed me as well, that would be nice. Wishing a little bit that I had signets here, but. Try again. The alternative is trading at Lo Sha for Mr. Birdman. Hot bird dads in your area. Now available in warrior form. There we go. The ritualists are now moderately exposed. My stance was delayed. I love it. Plagueborn? Something? Plagueborn armor. Earth magic. And an armor thing, but when you're enchanted by a spell. Hey Levitate, it's going pretty well. I'm having slight problems with this, but that's more because a mixture of I keep dying, which like massively sets back the healing and DPS, but also escort missions are kind of the worst thing. I'm sorry, game developers, but it's true. If I have to walk two things that can die to the end of every mission, and they do indeed die because the area is just made of nukes, and I am not a healing class, what am I gonna do about it? I mean, if the spirit gets stuck, that's a thing, but it's the... Like, Togo in particular has a tendency to just stand in, the, like, sky laser. I think it's called Heavenly Judgment. Yeah, I've watched him, like, not move his ass. Ray of Judgment. Yeah, that one. He keeps doing it. It's the worst thing, and I love and I hate it. He was doing it especially in, like over here in Vizuna Square. Yeah, you can't micro him because, like, unlike your henchman, he does not listen. He just follows you. Like, they follow a player, which is a problem. I mean, at least it spreads out the party enough that AoEs aren't usually a problem, but it's still a problem, because he gets lasered and then he dies. And they haven't... Like, him and Menlo are a little bit offensive on skill selection, so... Oops. Like, they're not actually extra healing, despite their class choices. Menlo was bad even when he was a henchman. Like, they made actually good healing henchmen in this one, in Factions. Like, people agree that Sister Tai is super good, and Jaime would be better if she didn't waste her energy as much. But they're, like, generally accepted to be good, like, the best, like, some of the best they have in this game. Like, it's not bad, is what I'm saying. And then Menlo just... Because Menlo's a straight healer. And with not really good healing spells. Like, Prophecy says everyone who makes any sort of comment about henchmen be like, yeah, you want a protection henchman, if anything. Because at least then they can keep up. Like, Alicia is considered to be the worst. Like, Menlo's only good because he heals a lot, but he only really has, like, the healing breeze. And you want stuff like, Protective Spirit, or whatever it's called, the one that reduces a damage to, like, a percentage of your current health as max. Yeah. Healing touch. Like, please no. Me over here talking shit about my henchmen while they're listening. Like, yeah, I decided to play this, like, chronologically so that, the viewers get the benefit of the story, as such as it is, without any disjointment. But Heros really make things so much better. Mox is an exception because he is big and I can't see what's going on. He's great because you get him at level 20, which is way before any level 20s. And then he just like, yeah, he's a dervish, so he's always gonna be good. But it's... I wanna see what, like, I wanna see the actual animations, and he's like always taking up the entire fight's worth of vision. I'm pulling these first because I haven't, like, someone tends to run over there and aggro, like, those, especially when we have, Sue. I'm glad we have Sue, though, because she's just really good as a minion master. Like there, Togo stood in the middle of a sky laser again. Ray of Judgment over here. I guess he thinks because he's the brother of the Emperor that, like, he's gonna be judged positively, but that's not how that works. Absolutely going for... The monks are pissing off immediately. Of course they are. Yeah. Like, let's see here. Draw conditions. Fair enough. Reverse of fortune. Is that all he's spamming? I mean... Ideally, I want Flail, but Flail isn't accessible until, like, way late in, like, Nightfall. And I'm tempted to do, like, I did Tiger Stance for a bit, but it turns out that everything blinds you, so it ends immediately. And it's also, like, what, 8 seconds at my current strength? Which is kind of meh. Flurry is nice, but... Yeah, I was like, Flurry is good, but it's also, like, less damage, and I'm not actually taking that much damage. The healers are keeping up, for the most part. Yeah, Flurry cuts damage by 25 instead of taking, like, double damage, but, the thing about taking double damage, half the time it's, taking, like, 6 damage instead of 3, as opposed to dealing, like, I could be dealing 25 damage, but instead I'm dealing 19, more or less. So it's sort of a balancing act. I lose more fight-wise for using Flurry. Especially since we have this, like, 2 Ritualists, 2 Monks. I need to be the damage. The problem is that they're trying to follow me and getting stuck on things. Frenzy on Frenzy and free searing on your ranger, yeah, it's wild. But wouldn't you, like, while we're on the subject, wouldn't you just use, like, when you get it, I think it's called, like, it's one of the ranger skills, in Beast Mastery. Tiger's Fury. Because it lasts for a long time. Fair enough. Honestly, if I could reliably get the buff, I think what I'd like is to use I Will Avenge You. But then I would have to actually carry a skill for the pet, and the pet deals 0 damage even if I build for it, because I'm primarily a warrior. And therefore it keeps giving me the less damage, more health pet while it's leveling, which is not good. Because then it'll deal like 1 damage per hit, eventually. I'm gonna try with Talon Silverwing instead of Vlosha. Because the problem here isn't the enemy is casting spells. The problem is our people are dying when we get to this one fight. Because I tried to go for the monks. I just feel bad for the pet if I do Iway as a build. Ah, great. All these conditions. I should... If I'm gonna get slammed with that many conditions, really should just carry... You know what? Antidote Signet. Roller beetle pets, god. Yeah. just the March of Death band. It is the highest DPS pet. It's just like it does move as fast, which can be devastating, at least in PvP, but there are skills for that. There's a skill for that. Unfortunately, I don't have the beetle, because I've never been around for the event that you can obtain it through. Because it's an event. No, you have to grind out, right, you have to grind out, like, special tokens. And yeah, PvP isn't exactly active. Yeah, Z coins. It would also take me a while because it's like gold. It's a gold Zaishen coin, isn't it? Which requires like several hundreds. It is a lot, and I'd have to like actually go look at the mission, like the bounties for each week, and I don't have time for that. I haven't had time for that, and it's an endgame thing anyway. Like I feel like if I'm just doing the base story, I can't go grind those, because I'd have to like backtrack and spend my time on that. It is halfway tempting to just pick, like, switch to Monk and grab the, Monk or, like, Necro for either condition and hex removal, or transfer. I'm not sure about the transfer, though, because, like, touch skills. I have to run up and touch somebody. And while I am in melee, sometimes you want to get rid of crippled. The timing on that condition removal, though. Like, I wish I had something that gave me better crit. That wasn't Fair Me. Because, like, Fair Me, yeah, you take 3 energy from nearby enemies, and get some crit for targets that are standing still. What if I just had straight up crit? Or some other shot I find really useful. Watch Yourself is going to become Save Yourselves, probably. My early game build, sort of, was kind of fun too, but it's not viable here. It's not as viable here because of the sheer amount of enemies. Like, you want AoE. We had basically multiple forms of power attack with Warrior's Endurance. It was great. Apparently, when I press attack next, it decided it wanted to target the flesh golem. Or something to that effect. Something in the group. There we go. We didn't die to this fight, so that's good. Yeah, condition removal solved my problem, I think. I just have to not do stupid pulls. I should look up actual strategy guides for these things so that I don't have to redo them a lot, but here we are, not doing that. Can I... Like, I only want to pull these things. Menlo and Togo got stuck somewhere. I want to say good, but it's still like extra spells. I'm gonna run back and see if I can't find them. They got stuck on Naku again. It's not the first time today. Because Naku over here decides to stop at the corner of that. God. Like, did they ever like test this? Or did something change with an update sometime and they just never discovered it because people don't play this part of the game anymore? Danica's annoying, but I don't know. At least she's a better character than Menlo. Like, as a character, not as a build. I don't much know about her build. I haven't looked. And it's been a while. Like, Danica's like, I want to break. I just want to not be in seclusion because I'm a teenager, and that makes sense. And Menlo is just like, I'm a bland Samaritan, but I also take the helm of this boat you're driving for the majority of the story, without actually having a personality. Like, I wouldn't say that, like, a lot of this is, like, super well written, it's just, it's not bad. Like, it's alright, but some of these characters have, like, slightly better motivations for what they do than other people. Like, Menlo, I want to help. Let's go help literally everybody, forever. Danica, why are we so backwards? Like, that's their characters, both of them in a nutshell. I was like, why are people so stuck in traditions that mean nothing? Okay, this is better, slightly better with Flurry, but, like, I could be killing things faster. Man, if Aiwei was more reliable, I will avenge you. It would be ridiculous if you could, like, use Aiwei and get the health regen per death instead of just the time, like, the duration. I swear. I am so done with these monks. It's like they put one down whenever I move. So sometimes you just don't move. Okay, so taking Talon Silverwing has worked out better so far. Because now the front line isn't dying, but also switching to Flurry, so that I don't die, so that the healer don't have to stand there resurrecting me in the middle of combat. Cool. Honestly, this would be very easy with my ranger. Interrupt and the barrage. Like, You are not allowed to do anything forever, and I can pull from wherever I want. And I keep selling my boast because I'm an idiot. Like, I want the team to wait back here, but I can't make them because guess what? We have Heckle and Jekyll over here who are gonna die if I don't, like, run up there and pull the whole thing in one go. Most of the time. I wish there was a better increased attack speed for like warrior specific. Other than flail, we don't have access to flail until way later. Again, I can dream. Like tiger stands might actually work out here now that like I have antidote signet, but I wish it would last longer for like something that I can actually increase the time on. Maybe I'll get a. Maybe I should go get a strength strength rune on top of what we have. But I don't know if it would be. We'll see how it turns out after after I switch to save yourselves. Even though I never played enough to get properly ranked up to a faction on this account. I lost my original account, but that account also never played that far into like I lost that account when it was like right after starting factions, so factions was new at the time. And then I forgot about the game for a long time because I vanished down a rabbit hole of like other games, like Unreal Tournament. I played so much of that. Hopefully I can do this side first. Alright. Somewhat better. Not great, but somewhat better. I should actually murder the spirit bunch over here. Is the whole spam. Actually, this ritualist first. Because he's more killable, rather than Kaolai over here, who requires a little bit more, because he's an elite. Well, unfortunately, late game content can be extremely grinding. Me trying to take an unoptimized ranger into like that one dungeon in Eye of the North that has all of the really loud ass worms that continuously knock down the team, and not having a henchman with like anti-knockdown shouts. Like, yes, I would like to suffer. I think Frostmaw, yeah. I eventually managed. It was just hell. because I'm not very good at like moving the Heros around, so making the pull with like any of them is kind of hard. So they go straight for me. That's okay. Eventually you can succeed. You just have to be stubborn and like kind of cheese it. Honestly, it wasn't that bad until I got to like the last part where like our team just went down and it just like it kept compounding. I was just in there because I wanted a shot at a specific like bow. Boy, did I regret that. Mr. Man over here, performing weird rituals. We keep finding stuff, and I'll never remember to actually identify them. Spiked Targe. But it's not perfect, so... Eventually I'll actually find like a golden shield. That wasn't that weird-ass strength one we had previously. That did like almost nothing for anything we did. I just don't want to accidentally pull these guys and we have a lot of time. I don't know if this is a sensible pull, but I'm running straight for the Ritualist. That's a lot of burning. Can we not? It'll be fine. I just have to not die here. Plagueborn armor. Cool. Oh, there's a ritualist here. Yeah, that makes sense. It'll be fine. Even though I'm apparently just missing, you know? Or at least dealing 0 damage. So that's cool. But hey, we're getting it. I completely ignore the Mesmer. I'm sorry, the Elite. He doesn't seem very good at his job. He's just kind of standing there. Got him. That could have been better. Not sure what the requirement for 3 swords is.
Though I knew someday Shiro would return. I wish secretly this day would never come. I recognize you. The Emperor has spoken to me of his half-brother, the man known as Master Togo. Tell me what you desire. If it's within my power, you shall have it.
200 years ago, on the day of the Jade Wind, you bested Shiro. We have come to you to learn how to do the same.
Yes, it was my blade that finally turned the tide of battle on that day. But it was not me who struck the final blow. If you wish to destroy Shiro, you must find the Luxon champion Archimedes and the Cursed hero Victor, the two men who struck him down all those years ago.
Where do we find them?
The Luxons honor their great champion by keeping his spirit in a powerful spear, which passes between the clans. The Kurziks guard the urn of their hero with a vigorous zeal. Seek out these two artifacts, for if you have them both, the spirits inside...
God, can you talk any softer?
Thank you, Vizu. It has been my honor to talk with you.
And I can't even turn it up any.
Longer.
Do not worry on such things, Togo. There will be plenty of time for us to talk once Shiro has been defeated. You can count on that.
You can tell that this was made in a time period where having speakers was normal. Like, the standard. Because it's just like, you want it louder? Don't use the in-game, like, options. Use your speakers thing. Because it's on top of whatever your computer has.
Good, good. Sit.
I say as somebody who uses speakers.
Show you your future. The Emperor has his eye on you.
Me? Why would the Emperor be watching me?
Your good work has not gone unnoticed. He thinks you are trustworthy and brave.
But what does it mean? Why is he watching?
You, Shiro, will be rewarded for your service. You shall be singled out for something very important.
When?
Soon. Very soon.
You have served me well, warrior.
Thank you, my Emperor.
A man of your considerable fighting prowess should play a more important role in the Canthan Empire, don't you think?
My lord?
Why should your talents be spent defending the merchants from bandit raids, when they could be put to a better use?
I do not fully understand.
Rise, Shiro Tagachi, and take your place beside me as my personal bodyguard.
Honestly though, what if I could wear that outfit the Emperor has? Cause dang. Emperor got drip. Spike Targe. Bunch of things over here. Armor resists physical damage. Start breaking things down for salvage. Anything with modifiers is worth a little bit more, so instead of spending requires 12 marksmanship, that's like, that feels like garbage. Like, you must max your stat, otherwise die. Only thing I can grab off of this is the bowstring. Damn it. Pardon my language. There's like, I know it's probably better to like max the attack stat if you're an attacker especially, but like, sometimes I want to max expertise and just spam interrupts all day. Which is true as it happens. Okay, merchant. Hand axe of shelter. Air staff. Sell things. Become rich. There was more stuff to salvage up here. Sometimes you'll get bones from putrid cysts, and bones can be very valuable at times. How valuable? Hell if I know. Let's go talk to the Emperor's voice. Emperor Kisu wishes to speak with you. When he received word that Shiro was within the city walls, he ordered the Imperial Army to surround the area. He's in the temple now seeking counsel from the spirits ensconced there, and he awaits your arrival. So basically you walk out of here back into where you had that last fight. Please going to the explorable area version of the mission you were just in. Tanakai Temple that lies basically in the sewers. That ain't right. Me over here walking straight past. Like, yeah, I wouldn't think the temple would be through the sewer door, but here we are. Kantha is just weird, I guess. Temple Guardian. It's got nothing to say, even though it just tried to kill us. The Kanthan Empire has seen dark times before, but I fear that Shiro brings a darkness no light can penetrate. Shiro's purpose here was to bind these heroic spirits into magical constructs and bend them to his will. If he had been successful, he would undoubtedly have become much more powerful. Once again, young hero, the Empire finds itself in your debt. I have spoken with Vizu and learned much from her. I believe I can help you gain access to the artifacts of which she spoke. Count Petrov Zuheltzer of the Kurziks have sent his people here to begin arbitrating annual terms of war between his people and the Luxons. I will attend to that, and while I do, you will take the opportunity to speak with his daughter, who is traveling with them. If she were made to understand the importance of our mission, I believe she would persuade her father to help us. Find my attendant, the one known as the Emperor's Voice, and he will give you further instructions. Teleport right back over there. We have learned of a growing movement among the Kurzik youth that might prove helpful to our cause. It seems they have been stirred by recent events, having grown tired of watching the world pass them by from the comfort and protection of their grand towers. The Emperor wishes you to speak with Danica, Count Zuheltzer's daughter. She may be more prone to helping us gain the Earth of St. Victor than her elders. Seek her out near the Sunjiang district. Menlo will accompany you into Kurzik territory. It is Master Togo's hope that he will be able to call in some favors, since he gave the Zuheltzers some assistance many years ago while he was a student at the monastery. So Menlo has history with both of these factions. Because of course he does. Like, I understand they need some way of, like, tying these things into, like, helping you, but... If I was writing this, this would be the perfect time to introduce new characters. Or maybe, you know, Nika's back. But I believe we don't really see Nika again for the rest of this. She's like, She just, no. Might be in a side mission or something, but we don't do much of those. We've already hunted down as many skills as we're gonna get through quests, I think. But yeah, we're off to find Donica. Necromancer here, over here, hiding in the wall. Got it. Death Novas! Death Novas everywhere! I think this is the right way. Can't tell yet. Like, the map is extremely unreadable, especially in Cantha. But hey, Brutus and Kini over here. No, wait, Sheena. Brutus and Sheena. Now, these are some pets to have, I swear. There, I'm so sorry you had to see that. She will be okay now, I promise. They were sick, then they tried to eat me. Yes, I know. They were very, very sick, and they weren't themselves. They would never harm you otherwise. But it's all over now. They are at peace. Mommy! Shh, don't worry. I'll send someone to look after you. My father will send food and medicine. Everything will be alright. You'll see. There. We are here on a diplomatic mission. When we arrived, we heard rumors of a plague, but I had no idea. This poor child had to kill her parents right in front of her to keep them from eating her alive. It breaks my heart to see all these people suffering, and I wonder, can we Kursiks afford to simply stand by and watch? Is this what the gods would want us to do? Even if the plague never reaches Kurzik lands, do we not have a duty to help? For generations we have lived protected lives in our stuffy old towers. We don't make a move without months of careful prayer and deliberation. Well, personally, I'm sick of it. The time for careful deliberation is past. Of course I'll help you. Meet me outside the city gates. All monks are the same. Confirmed. There are only 8 kinds of characters. Or something. Hell, even Paragon and Warriors are kind of the same. Because tactics and shouts. The only difference is one of them has learned to sing and the other one has learned to shout. So, you know, one of them is a pop idol and the other is a rock star. I mean death metal. I saw something over here. That's probably a trap, huh? That's a very interesting shape on the map right now. Like, there's just a little blotch here and there. Thankfully, apparently the faction reputation carries over, so You know, I don't have to grind certain parts of the game anymore if I decide to replay, because they are account-based. As you can see here, I have Cursic, like, relation over there. I'll probably have to, like, go back and do the other side, but I think I'm just gonna go through Cursic for this playthrough and maybe revisit Luxon's later. I don't know, I like the armors the Kurzik have better. Even though functionally the factions are the same. Even for skills you can learn. As far as I'm aware anyway. Everything is getting blocked. I love it. Let's get that money. There's a little more detail on the houses here. Also, that thing is full. Unless that's a slope. Huh. But yeah, you can even see windows that are glowing now. Cool. Nobody actually lives here. Don't believe their lies. They just pretend that these are houses. It's really just a way to cover up the mountains because they hate nature, especially rocks. Canthons are weird. Go on. Prove me wrong. They're just random clothes hanging there because, again, they're trying to fool you. Hehehehe. Pongmei Valley. This is a valley? I suppose. It's more like a canyon, though. Like, do you know what the difference is? Hardly anything, but a canyon is, like, much smaller. It's got to do with size. Okay, fair enough. This looks like a valley. Huh. This is weird. I distinctly remember having, like, an outpost somewhere here. I could be wrong, of course, but... Oh, might be over here. The thing we're going to. The Afflicted Haraku. Nice. And you're dead. Even the necromancers have not enough lives. Except apparently the elite got back. Baby got back. I'm so sorry for subjecting you to these jokes. But hey, if you're a Beastmaster, you can have a crab. And you know what they say. Eventually all life forms become crab. Juekao the Deceptive. So I suppose that's a name for a thing. Is that an Ampha? I think so. Which is why we kill him and his friends. Not specifically because they're on fire, I mean. Like, we're killing them because, hey, bonus. Morale. And it's not like level 28 afflicted or something. Shouldn't be a problem. The many spirits of suffering over here. Ha! They ran into a trap. Because Jade Brotherhood will get affected by Ampha traps. Cool. It's not just me anymore! Haha! How did you guys end up pulling another group? I don't care, I'm continuing. Neato. The first undead. Well, there's a keep over here, so I'm actually gonna run in there. I assume it's a potential resting spot. I don't actually know. I could be wrong. I was like, grab it because it's here. Yes, it is. Cool. So wait, who got booted from the party? The other healer? Great. Grab Kai Ying then for some defense. And knockdown maybe? I'm glad you came. I wasn't sure if you'd actually show up. It's horrible. Just horrible. The plague is out of control, and the people of Cathar are dying. We have to do something. We have to help. I'm sure there isn't anything we can do that the Emperor isn't already doing, Danica. Certainly,
We can send food and supplies if they're needed, but...
There is something we can do, Redemptor, and I intend to do it. My new friends here have discovered the cause of this plague, and they need the Urn of St. Victor to help contain its spread. I'm going to help them retrieve it.
You'll do no such thing, Danica.
The plague could easily spread to Cursic lands. Perhaps we can use this to our advantage, considering the current state of our cathedral. Master Togo of Xingya Monastery believes that Shiro the Betrayer has returned and that this plague is the result of his presence.
Shiro? No. It's impossible.
What if it isn't, Redemptor? These people intend to fight him using the Sacred Urn of St. Victor, and I'm going to take them to it.
We will return to House Zuhelzer immediately and call a holy council.
24 days while the Redemptors consider the omens and determine what the gods are trying to tell us? Our ancestors knew what it meant to act. With their help, I intend to act now.
Danica.
Saint Victor slew Shiro 200 years ago. If he has truly returned, the urn may hold the power to defeat him. Also consider, the protections in Cathedral Zuhelzer have been unpredictable since the Jade Wind. These look like sturdy heroes. If they brave the cathedral and retrieve the urn, they will also be providing a helpful service to our house. This is the right thing to do. It's what the gods want, I just know it. Please don't stand in my way.
It seems there are multiple benefits to your assisting these heroes, Danica. Very well. Besides, I'm certain your father would like to see Menlo again. We thought he was dead after what happened. The gods are very wise. I should have seen the sides, but I was admittedly short-sighted. We shall allow you to retrieve the Urn of St. Victor, and in turn you shall help us with a little problem we've had with the Zuhelzer Cathedral. Of course, we must still discuss all the details with someone of repute. I have heard that Menlo is with you. The Zuhelzer family owes him a great debt of gratitude for something he did for us ages ago. Bring him to House Zuhelzer, and we shall finalize our deal. When you are ready to travel there, speak with the lift operator. He will be expecting you.
Mr. Man over here. What a headdress. Considering the whole, like in the background, the PvE are always kind of around a territory war over here. It's funny when you, walk into one of the story, things that are the camps that are supposed to belong to a side when you're there originally and it belongs to the other side. It's like, can I actually get through here? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Warden of the Leaf over here. I guess there are plant demons now. See, I can get behind plant demons. At least they know what they're about instead of just evil. Now it's like evil plants. Lift operator Schultz. Let's find him. Somewhere. Over the rainbow. And now we only have... Right, Nika is available as a henchman now. I was speaking out my butt earlier. But also all of the previous helpers are now split into 2 parties, so... Depending on which missions you're doing, I guess you have different helpers. Which is a shame because I really like having Talon. The announcement was like, hey, keys and such have like quadruple drop rate. I haven't seen one at all since the Like that announcement. There's a bunch of dead guards over there. A bunch of wardens as well. Wait a minute. We pulled something and my mouse is doing weird shit. It's because the Kursic priest is here. I'm interested in a blessing. Might as well get some faction reputation while we're here. Get back here, you! Gothic sword.
Gothic.
Alrighty then. Let's have a look. Damage roll on a stance. What does this look like though? Ah, kind of the same as the Flamberge. The Flamberge is just cooler. Because it has wings or something. That's how that works, right? Cool factor is add wingies. An amber staff. Which is highly salvageable. I just want to have a good look. Because, hey, they live in a forest with huge-ass trees. Nice, cool, wow, great, 1 grand. Jamie is stuck in a corner over here. And none of you told me? Just the random switch in, like, background effect. Just very sudden.
Menlo! We all thought you were dead after, you know. Well, never mind. I am sure that Count Suhelsa will be glad to see you. You all must be the other ones the Redemptor Carl told me would be arriving. Let me know when your party is ready to travel. These lifts can be a little jumpy. Watch your step.
Anyway, we got to Arborstone. Spiky friend running in the hamster wheel. That doesn't seem very, like, fastened, but hey, if it works, right?
I'll do the talking here.
I can barely hear Menlo. Cool. We're doing this again. The music's basically louder than the dialogue.
You may rise. It has been a long time since we last met, Brother Menlo.
Indeed, Count Zuhelzer. I'm glad to find you in good health.
I am similarly pleased. But enough with the pleasantries. You have come here with a purpose, have you not?
As always, Count, you are well informed and to the point. We have come for the urn of Saint Victor.
This is not a small thing that you ask, Brother Menlo. The final resting place of our greatest hero. The man who single-handedly slew Shiro, the betrayer. Why do you ask this of us?
Because, Count, Shiro Takachi has returned.
If what you say is true, then it was indeed very wise for you to come to us.
Then you will give us what we seek?
We wish to help you, but I'm afraid it's not as easy as just handing over the urn.
What is it you require of us?
We require nothing, but Saint Victor's remains are ensconced inside Cathedral Zuhelzer.
All right then, we shall go to Cathedral Zuhelzer.
Brother Menlo, many things have changed since you were last here. The cathedral's magical protections have failed. It's been overrun by all manner of terrible beasts. To go there will mean great peril.
I see.
If you still wish to pursue the urn, speak with my daughter, Countess Danica. She can open the doors within the cathedral and help you recover what you seek.
Thank you, Count.
Thank you, Count.
Godspeed to you.
Well, here we are. This is a mission. I'm gonna talk to Acolyte Hans for my reward. Though for the time being, I think that's enough for today. I mean, it's a little bit early, but if I start failing this, it's gonna suddenly take an hour to do the mission, and it's just like, don't want to do that. No, no, sir. Let's find ourselves somebody to raid. Frozen's doing the thing, so that's cool. Gonna slide over there. You guys have a great one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.